Just thought I'd do another quick run through of what we would and how we would build a project in SimPRO. So I've got my scope of works here that I've chosen the system that I would like to use in this project. So I've gone with Inner Range Inception and Darwa. They're good systems. They're easy to use, and when we've got the ability to, we'll try and use those systems. So that's what I've selected. So I jump into the cost center. Here's my takeoff list that has come straight across from ground plan. Into my parts and labour, into my takeoff templates, access control, integrity inception. I want an inception head end because I'm building an inception system, so one of those. And I'm going to use HID. I'm not actually. I'm going to use Cypher because I've got the ability to. Cypher access control. So electric strikes. Remember, we just have to come back and get our quantities from here. So there's 6 card readers, 6 electric strikes. We'll add in the cable transfer readers separately. So here, Cypher access control, electric strike, quantity 6. And you can see how that shows up over in our billable. So we've got our inception controller. We've got an additional door controller there, which actually gives us, there's 4 doors on board the inception controller, and the 2 additionals give us what we need in an enclosure and a battery. So I can get rid of these items. There's no requirement to have these. There's no no extra inputs, read switches, PIRs, anything like that. There's no lifts, so I can get rid of all those items. Simple as selecting them, removing them. There is our 6 card readers. There is our 6 electric strikes. We don't need the read switches. We're just going to use monitored electric strikes, so we can get rid of the read switches. We do need cable transfers, so I know the part code. I did know the part code. I'll test myself here. There it is. Transfer lead, clear plastic packaging. There's 4 of those. And now we've got alarm panel, card readers, electric strikes, our 4 cable transfers, all selected, all in here. Give that a save. Drag that up in line with everything else, and that's pretty much it for building this system. Now I just go and grab the items that are the extras. There's our FIP interface, some miscellaneous, and with 8 hours, only a small system. I'll put that up in there. FIP interfaces, got $50 allocated to it just for some relays. 50 hours, so we'll make it balance with 8-hour blocks. 56. And we're going to put in our 1%, and I'm going to round it up. So I'm going to put in $150 miscellaneous. That's pretty much it. That's nice, simple, effective build. Oh, remember in the last one I also rounded these up, so that goes up to 500. Wind that up to 600, and that goes up to 500 as well. So just to make sure we've got enough cable that will push our hours up. So then that can hang on 8 hours. So we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it as it is. Don't need to add any extra hours in there. It has pushed our dollar figure up, which is fine. But just to cover it off again, there's our main controller. Our extra door controllers to give us our 6 doors. Enclosure. There's our 7 amp hour battery. We've got there's 6 card readers. We've got 6 electric strikes. Our cable transfers. There's our cable, the FIP interface, and our commissioning testing all ready on the job. From a CCTV perspective, same again. So we've got NVR and 14 cameras. I've updated this in ground plan now. It's not coming through as an 8-channel NVR. It'll just come through as a CCTV NVR. And we've got the 14 cameras. So come in, take off CCTV, Dawa 16 channel CCTV, one off, back over into here. It's given us our recorder, it's given us hard drives, a UPS, a monitor. It's given us the options of cameras. So we've got the turrets and the bullets. So we're going to keep the bullets, so we get rid of the turrets. We remove those. We also remove the junction boxes that are associated. So because these are being mounted externally onto brick walls, we will use a junction box. So if they were being mounted onto plaster or something like that, we wouldn't have to use the junction box. But because they're going onto brickwork, we'll use the junction box. So I just need to make sure our quantities are right. So 14 and 14 of the junction boxes. The cable, it will be 50 times 14, 700, and then we'll round up to the next box of cable, which will be 915. So these come in 305 meter boxes, so it'll be 915. And I don't believe there was a monitor included. We were excluding the UPS, so we can remove those two as well. And that's our recorder, 14 bullets. Remove. Grab our commissioning and testing and our miscellaneous. Days worth in there. Once again, we're going to round this up. So we've got 6.7, rounds us up to a round total of 8-hour blocks. And that's pretty much the CCTV built. So just go and check our scope of works back here just to make sure I haven't missed anything. But NVR, 30 days playback history, 4 megapixel ICC, which was what we've got, all the cabling, and we've got all that included. So that's it. And another one, yeah, pretty simple to build when we've got the takeoff templates. I'll keep working on those takeoff templates so that there's more options and it's relevant across more projects, but very relevant at the moment when we've got a project that doesn't have manufacturers specified in the scope of works or the specifications.